We are back. I'm gonna pay Taller a visit, I think. We need to, talk to him about the whole spy angle here. Temerian intelligence. Had us duped all along, and he's been seeing Shawnee, the bastard. Let's put the run to him, shall we? Gotta assert dominance. And get Berbercane. Yeah, we were a little in the dark there. I probably should have held off on accusing him of just being a regular old fence. An insignificant fence, I believe, was the word we used. He sure showed us. Here we go. There he is. You. Up. Get up.
So what'll it be? We doing some ploughing business?
Probably the game won't even let us. I
know about your tryst with Shawnee.
Oh, fuck off. We aren't all ploughing philanderers. Some of us have depth.
Some of us have depth.
So what'll it be? We doing some ploughing business?
Right on. Well, you know what? Maybe, he was being a gentleman. All right? It's fine. I guess we're cool. We're cool, Thaler. We're cool. Don't have the option to actually... I can't believe the game actually let us talk to him about that. That's crazy. I do believe Thaler in the novels. I'm not actually sure he's from the novels now that I'm thinking about it. I know he isn't from the short stories. It's been too long since I've read the mainline, well, part of the mainline series, and I don't know if he'd be in the latter half of that. But up to the point that I read, he wasn't in the original Witcher novels. I think he's supposed to be younger. In Witcher 3, he's younger. I know that for a fact, because I saw his character model, and he's a young man. In The Witcher 1, he's an old man, though. Or an older man. Maybe Shawnee's into the whole white-haired, sort of silver fox, silver wolf category. I don't know. Where are we going here? Journal. Am I tracking it? Yes, I am. Want the lightning rod. Yeah, we need to see the druids about waking up the sentry golem. Harbor Horror. Alright. Hey, Luvarden.
Yes?
Still carrying around this guard ring. I don't know why I'm bothering. There you are.
Transport services at the best prices.
Take me to the other side.
Times are wasting. Made up your mind?
Yep.
Ready to go?
How many times are you going to ask me that? To the swamp.
Alright, safe and sound. Never did have breakfast. Let's eat something. We will have a roast mutton leg and a bit of cheese. Bit of bread.
Who wishes to cross?
Some strawberries. Gotta get our energy back after last night.
Do you need a boat?
It's a lot of physical activity. Druid's Grove. Right. And we don't have any more of the things. No, we don't. Oh, it's so far away. I'll just take the road. Avoid all the brick makers. Is that the road? Sort of. No, it's not. This is the road. Question mark? No. Where the hell am I? I'm all turned around. Oh, that's a shortcut. Well, yeah, let's take the shortcut. There. Fool's parsley. Oh, this is the cave. I gotcha. It's this way then. Let's avoid Drowner Island. Go away. Not interested. Can I complete this? Thank you. More crow's eye. I wonder if that's a real herb. Whether there's some sort of other... Hey, the lumberjacks are back. What gives? Aaron, what are you guys doing back here?
Speak.
Nothing, I guess.
Godspeed.
Just doing your jobs. New group of them, maybe. I don't know. It's fine. Whatever. Where is the druid place? Grab that crow's eye. Things are kind of pretty looking, you know. Okay. Siegfried's still hanging around here, is he? No, he's back in town. Hey, fellas.
We'll rout those non-humans.
How you doing?
The Order of the Flaming Rose always wins. That swamp reeks.
I agree.
The Order of the Flaming Rose always wins. The Order of the Flaming Rose always wins. The Order of the Flaming Rose always wins.
You guys are so one-minded. Rather admirable. If you're robots. Golem Cemetery. Yeah, we actually need to affix the lightning rod first. I think. No, I don't want Bloodswagers. You can keep those. I hope you guys don't join the party. This is the golem. And here's the rod.
I need to wait for the storm.
Right. Characters. I was wondering if we had an update on Taller. Yeah, he's the chief of Temerian intelligence. This fence guise is simply one of many assumed personalities. Yeah, we read that already. I have to wait for this. Okay, so I can't even attach it for. You would think you would attach the rod first, and then conjure the storm, but apparently not. Apparently not. Other way around. Let's take some fool's parsley, suitable for one such as I. Crow's eye as well. More wolves. Alright. I think we need to see who about this. The Archdruid? The Elder Druid? Maybe? You, sir.
What is it?
You druids control nature's forces, right?
No, we cannot. Rather, we live by its rhythms.
You train wild animals, and you can stir up a storm?
No, I mean yes, but not by force.
Right.
Well, I need a tempest with thunder and lightning. Can you create one?
I can, but as I said,
I'll pay. Call it a donation toward the prevention of further devastation of the environment.
500 orens.
500
That's too
orens.
much.
Things are getting more expensive, and we have to live somehow.
Can't you guys live on roots and berries?
500 it is.
Come back when you're ready.
Yeah, I want my bloody storm, though.
Here's 500 orens. I await my storm.
It's no easy feat. I'm no common mage,
It starts
harnessing
raining.
storms with absurd stone posts.
What posts?
What posts?
Anyone magical can activate the 3 stone posts at the golem burial ground. They attract lightning.
Maybe
Alright.
I can use the posts to wake the golem.
Fortunately, that creature stands beyond the post's range. Experimenting with nature's forces can only bring misfortune.
How are the posts activated?
Touch them while intending to attract a storm. But danger abounds.
Okay.
A careless instant can cost your life.
I'll be careful. Farewell.
I know your intention, Witcher, and I would prepare. Imbibe some of those potions, for you'll need them.
A witcher without potions is half a witcher druid.
Alright. Alright, I paid the druids. Let's see here. The druids can create a storm for me, but they want 500 orens. For that I have to bring them the money or wait for this natural storm. So you could have waited, but you can pay them up front if you want to get on with it, which I do. I paid the druids. I hope the storm is worth the price. I must now find the golem, place the lightning rod in its hand, and wait for the lightning. Okay. Let's not get turned around this way. I can't see a damn thing out here. Okay. This way. And some fool's parsley. Some of that. These are the whatever you call them, the pylons. I have to be careful here. This is really dangerous. Here we go. That's just a cross guard from the Witcher steel sword. You can see it. You see, you could have just used a sword all along. Oh boy. Okay. The trick to this is you have to get him inside these 3 things. So I have to lure him probably this way to start with. Get him to walk all the way to this side and then dart past him. And... Hey, it didn't work. What the heck? What gives, game? Alright. No big deal. Try it again. Come on. He is taking damage, okay. I might be able to just fight him, you know? This is a really bad idea. This is a really bad idea. I just want to see what happens. 2 hits apiece, wow. 2 damage apiece, even. I haven't seen our new combo wombo yet. Nice. Ass here. His health is not going down even a little, though. What does this do? Nothing! Let's not go near him. Try that out. Do you like fire? You don't like fire. That's pretty cool, but I'm thinking it probably is a lot easier to just... How far did that even take him down? I don't even see. Apparently he can bleed a little. Back up, Geralt. Come on. Come on. No, this way, this way. This way. There you go. Nice. Okay. I defeated the golem. I must take the Sephira out. Golem has awoken. I have to defeat it and enter the tower. Find the Sephira. Yeah. Okay. And the golem's obsidian heart is with it, and the Netza Sephira is there for the taking. Quest completed. And we've updated a mysterious tower. Let's see here. Gathered all of the Sephira, the magic stones needed to open the entrance to the Mage's Tower. I must place the Sephira in appropriate monoliths. Okay. We've done that, most of that already. Received the last Sephira from the detective, which we haven't actually done yet. Got this from the golem, in fact. Yeah. And we completed the sentry. I got another Sephira hidden inside the golem. It was not an easy task. Defeated the sentry. Defeated the golem and must take the Sephira out. Cool. Active quests only, if you please. We want to track these monoliths. So that's the only other one we have to complete, I believe. Yeah, there we go. I can go this way and then loop around. Why do I still have flashing in my quest log? Make sure that I don't have anything else to do. That's paused. That's paused. Azar, yes. Monoliths. Fist fighting is done. Poker is done. Berengar's secret is paused. The tower is what we're doing. Serious Boy is paused, and the dice is paused. Okay. Where now? That way. Can I cross here? For some reason I have my doubts, but this is not the way. It's that way, and it's all blocked off. I can't see a damn thing. Oh, maybe that's a path? Maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna have to swing around like this. Okay, that's fine. I don't really want anything to do with any of you, so I'm gonna just ignore you. Bigger tick, though. Say no to that. Alright, guys. Step right up. Plenty of death for everybody. Kill you because you're all in the way. Easy. Guess I'll collect your garbage. Myrtle. Bigger tick. Okay, which way? Up and around. Okay. I'll fight you guys. Left or right? This way. We lose him. All but one, okay. Deal with that. Come on. Good. Dun, dun, dun. There it is. Why not?
All the Sephiroth are set. My medallion's vibrating like mad, so the spell must be working. The tower door should be open. I can't wait to see Kalkstein's reaction.
Okay. Place the Netzah zone in the corresponding monolith. That's it for monoliths. Placed all the Sephiroth on the obelisks, and the tower is now open. I need to inform Kalkstein and collect my reward. Not yet. Everything is going smoothly. The fake private investigator gave me a Sephiroth. Now I can stop pretending. Fake no more. Okay, and was that all? I think that's all. Unless I had one that updated or something. Yes. No, I mean active quests only. Alright, we're gonna save the game right here. In an empty slot. We are going to go and probably face Raymond, I think. Or the fake Raymond. Right, so. Do I want to take Swallow for this? I'm probably going to need to. Yeah. Track that on the quest. On the log. Grab that, grab this. Save again, out of paranoia. Swallow. I'll forgo the tawny owl. I think Swallow ought to be enough.
Aren't you eager to learn the truth?
Sure.
I'd rather stay focused. Should I get the book from the tower?
Yes, hurry. We can't let Kalkstein get ahead of us. I hope that murderer swallowed the bait.
I think I made sure of that.
Oh, so we have to go in the tower first. Alright. Fair enough, fair enough. Check it out. Mage's Tower. Inside Shamsuk's tower. Far less rainy in here than it is out there. Maybe that's like a magical environment out there. We have a crate, the Gate of Water. Nice. We now have our final sign, the Axii. Learn the Axii sign, which can temporarily turn enemies into allies. Choose a sign on the left of the screen, right-click to target On a target to cast the sign, powered up Axii elicits fear, causing opponents to panic and flee. Alright. I'll buff my Axii sign in that case. We might even use it on this fight. Maybe. And a crate. With a lot of stuff in it. Wow. A torch. Some orans. I don't know how many orans that is, but more than none. Dog tallow and suet. A sapphire, a red meteorite, some diamond dust, which might come in handy, a sugar doll, strawberries, honeycomb, and Matina rose, as well as an unknown potion, and the Tower Mage's Book, an ancient magical treatise containing the lost knowledge of Alzur, including information on rituals, enhancing creature growth, and the secret of the thunder and shield spells. Okay. I must prepare to face Azar. Anything else in here? No, it's just a really, really beautiful interior that's not of much use otherwise. I'm gonna read that book. Tower Mage's Book, written by himself. Regardless of all his madness, Alzur managed to arrive at some surprising results. So this is Alzur's tower. Alright. He came to the conclusion that he would discover the secrets of animating inanimate matter when he learned to animate energy. According to Alzur, a golem would only work when filled with the living power that would imitate divine pneuma, a soul. The wizard did not have a chance to finish his research, but his experiments revealed the secret of the thunder and the shield spells. Alzur was able to summon living lightning capable of locating and following its target, and a living shield capable of releasing such lightning. The fools would only see his discoveries as weapons, even more powerful than the Vi of Maribor or the infamous Koschei. However, I can clearly see that Alzur's thunder is yet another stop on the path leading to creating a perfect being. Glossary to our magic. Dimeridium. Okay, Dimeridium. Dimeridium is a rare and precious metal with an interesting feature. It represses the transfer of magical energy. A bluish alloy of iron and dimeridium is used to produce handcuffs and necklaces. Those who wear them cannot cast spells or use magic in any way. There are known cases, however, of extraordinarily powerful sorcerers managing to overcome the shield generated by dimeridium. I think Ciri or Pavetta might have overcome a dimeridium necklace. I can't remember which one of those two. We have magic. Magically gifted children are born all over the world. They are called sources. The Brotherhood of Sorcerers was charged with finding and training such children. Descendants of Lara Doran are a special case. Their magical gifts are very strong. They can travel through time and space and release the pure energy of chaos. These powers are wild and difficult to control, though. They're activated in moments of stress, often surprising the possessor. Yeah, that was Ciri's mother. That happened to in The Last Wish, I think it was. Good book. I recommend everyone read it. And that seems to be it. Interesting information. We can't refresh our Gate of Water. Save in a different slot in case something goes wrong. I do hope my swallow is still active. Another hour and 42 minutes. That should be enough. And I want my steel sword out, I think. On what? Probably fast? I don't know, actually. I don't know. Just leave it for now. Alright guys, here we go. I'm gonna try Axii. Maybe we can do something with that.
You'll soon learn the truth. Excited?
Sure.
More than you think. Just one question.
Sword cane. That's pretty cool. Ooh! We just fucking knifed him.
Where did you get the idea to assume Raymond's identity?
Clever. From you, of course. He was getting close and you trusted him. I would have been foolish not to take advantage of the situation.
Did you forget it would put you face to face with a Witcher? Well, I'd be foolish not to take advantage of this situation. Enough chatter. Now kindly lead me to where you've hidden the items stolen from Kaer Morhen.
I don't think he's gonna go for that, Geralt. Oh boy. Alright, what's going on? He's there. Can I fight him? Maybe. With meteorite sword. Can I actually hit him? Come on, Geralt. Wake up, wake up. Okay, we're fighting, probably fast style, I would think. Ow. I wonder... Okay, that didn't work, whatever that did. Back up, girl. It don't work on them. Alright, screw it. We'll just fight them the old-fashioned way. Come on. Come on, girl. One down. More. Oh, look who it is.
I come at your command, Master. I listen and obey as a genie would.
Professor, cut that crap and get him.
You see, Witcher, too much water around for Azar to feel comfortable. Fire mage is limited. He needs me to do the wet work.
Good. 2 birds with 1 stone.
That was very loud. I want my steel sword out, thanks. Hold it, if you please, sir. Did I get him? Did I get him? I got him. I didn't get him. I don't know what happened. Strong, maybe.
Azar, you fool! Let the Witcher get the better of you. You nearly got me killed.
Silence. Back to the base of the trade quarter. Hurry before he recovers.
We sure it again, freak.
I was on the ground. Why didn't he finish
All
me?
felt the battle in the swamp was the beginning of events that would soon rock Temeria. Sensing the approaching conflict, both sides were eager to test the enemy. A routine skirmish between patrols erupted into a regular battle. Led by unwavering faith, the Knights of the Order showed greater determination and emerged victorious. The Scoia'tael learned that freedom could only be achieved by shedding blood, their enemies and their own. Azar excluded me from the battle. When Triss woke me, heaps of bodies appeared before my eyes. It was the last time I was able to avoid taking sides.
You're mistaken. I have him under control. And not just him. They're all eating out of my hand. I regret that Foltest is away at the summit, but I trust you'll tend to the King's Council.
I assume you've resolved matters with Luvarden as well.
Yes, I made an offer and he accepted. He claims his superiors had similar plans, but we beat them to it. Men can do nothing but talk and then always claim the initiative.
And how is your Witcher?
I should be able to convince him.
Don't overdo it. Geralt can be exceptionally perceptive.
I know. I must get back. I'll contact you when it's all over.
Never let the Witcher guess what you hide from him.
Hey, Triss, how's it going?
Should you be up? I'd rather make sure you've recovered completely.
How?
Don't worry. This won't hurt a bit.
Oh boy.
Well, you seem to be at full strength. It must be that unusual Witcher's metabolism.
Triss, how did I get here?
Pure coincidence. I was scanning for magic anomalies and happened upon a false trail set by Kalkstein.
You found me in the swamp? What happened there?
I don't know. The alchemist is still there, examining solid stone. But he won't find anything. The greater anomalies are here in Vizima.
Magic anomalies in Vizima?
Yes. I'd appreciate it if you could help me figure them out. But back to your health.
I thought I was at full strength.
You misunderstood me. Physically, nothing's wrong. It's your mind that worries me.
Explain.
You raved for hours. I had no choice but to read your thoughts to learn about your injuries and which poisons you took this time.
I'm sure you read beyond that.
I couldn't help it. Your thoughts were quite loud. In any case, I know about your recent adventures.
All of them.
Can you help me?
Recover your memory? I doubt anyone can. But there's a small chance...
A small chance of what?
From what I saw, I think you would benefit by creating a stable personality.
Meaning?
Geralt, please, this is important.
Just limit the psychobabble.
You need to take a stand on the world's problems. It doesn't matter what position, just that you choose one.
Yeah.
A strong identity may help restore your memory.
Can't you just tell me what you saw?
No, I don't want you turning into my vision of Geralt. I want you to decide for yourself who you are, without looking back.
I shouldn't take an interest in the past?
Exactly. Your memory should return in due course.
We'll see.
Well...
Geralt.
Yeah, don't take an interest in the past. You said something about magic anomalies.
You said something about magic anomalies.
Various things can cause them, but more importantly, they can be the cause of true evil. When I last felt this way, you and a sorceress were trying to capture a genie, destroyed half a city in the process.
Oh boy.
You probably have no recollection, but a lot hung in the balance.
I don't recall.
I could use your help. I have some magic sensors that need to be placed around Vizima. They'll help us locate the anomaly's source.
Alright, give me the sensors.
All right, give me the sensors. I'll take care of it.
Always eager to please.
What are friends for?
I saw a perfect wall cavity in the trade quarter near Town Hall. Place one there, a second in the temple quarter near the entrance to the sewers, and the third in Vizima's cemetery. We'll create a typical Radcliffe triangle.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know, of
yeah.
course, that triangulation is most effective in these cases.
Of course. How did you get here, anyway?
How did you get here?
Long story. When you men went chasing around,
Which proved effective.
Yep.
by some miracle, I decided to look for Salamandra using unconventional methods.
No.
Any results?
Very good ones. You'll learn it all in due time.
I'd rather learn
Why
it
not
right
now?
now. Yeah.
To get this information, I had to agree not to tell you. Patience, Witcher.
Who are you talking to through that mirror?
Who were you talking to through the mirror?
You heard me? Ah, sorceress business. Nothing important.
Sounded serious.
I had to make a few promises to learn about Salamandra.
You could.
Trust me, it was nothing important.
My experience, it's the things that aren't important that wind up killing you. I'll see you later.
I'll see you later.
See you. Oh, I nearly forgot.
Yeah.
What?
Luvarden, a merchant, wants to see you.
Finally.
He hosts banquets at the new Neracourt.
I don't like banquets.
Important people will attend,
I don't know.
including Princess Ada, whose curse you lifted. Apparently, she's slightly obsessed with you.
I'll think
Have
about
that
it.
way, that
I'll be
effect on
there.
people.
All right, I'm convinced. Maybe I can gather some
Right on.
information there.
6 this evening. Here's the pass that makes you official in the trade quarter.
A pass.
A pass?
Well, in addition to a quarantine, the authorities of Vizima have imposed martial law.
How'd I miss that?
It only covers the trade quarter, which you haven't entered.
So how do these passes work?
Only the quarter's residents are allowed to move about. I have a house here, so I was able to get a pass.
So what do I do?
Well, I registered you as residing here. Falsely, of course.
I feel like I've been roped into something here. Are you getting me to move in already? About my identity.
Listen, about my identity.
Progress already?
I'm still analyzing.
Geralt.
Alright. Same thing, I guess. I guess I'll see you.
I'll see you later.
And I think that's going to end this episode, guys. We'll read these journal entries first. But, we got a lot done. Hell of a lot done. And I have to analyze exactly what was going on with that mirror lady, because I had so much stuff going through my head about the last couple of cutscenes there. What was the deal? What were they talking about? Finding me after a battle. There was no battle. It was... We fought that battle earlier. Sometimes in The Witcher 1, I think the cutscenes don't exactly jive with what's... the pre-rendered one... Not the pre-rendered ones. The... What do you call them? The diverging paths. The ones related to Geralt's personality. They don't always exactly line up with what was going on in the game at the time. It's like the devs kind of went through it, changed the order of events around a little bit. Like, I get the feeling like we were supposed to be... Like, the culmination of Act 3 was supposed to be that battle with the Order in the Scoia'tael, but it wasn't. But the cutscene was telling us that it was. That Triss found us after we had fought that battle. And I don't know. I have to go back over the footage and see exactly what all was said, but the thing that interests me the most right now is who the heck she was talking to in the mirror. That's number one. And, obviously getting our bearings and everything else that was said in relation to that cutscene about Geralt's personality there. But yeah, we'll read these journal entries and call it a day. All the King's men. Triss gave me a letter of safe conduct which allows me to stay in the trade quarter. Why did Velorad declare a state of emergency? It's been... state of emergency has been declared in Vizima. I must keep in mind that as I move around. I don't need any more trouble. Posh reception. Triss is trying to convince me to go to Luvarden's reception. It's due to take place on the upper floor of the new Naracourt Inn. Invited to a banquet. We have our identity. Triss can't restore my memory, even using magic. The sorceress advised me not to seek the truth based on what people say about my past, because I may produce a false image of myself. Okay. I'm sure she doesn't have any ulterior motives for that, right, guys? You'd know if you read the books. Should I trust my impulses and emotions and thoughts, then? Is that the way to rebuild my identity? I think so. It's probably good advice regardless. Source. Triss Marigold asked me to set 3 magic sensors in 3 places in Vizima, in the trade quarter near the town hall, in the temporal quarter by the entrance to the sewers at the cemetery, and at the cemetery. We saw 2 of those already. We need to find the 3rd in the trade quarter. Triss claims that the anomalies causing more monsters to appear in Vizima. The sensors should help us discover the source of these anomalies. I have to place 3 magic sensors, 1 near Town Hall, another near the sewer entrance, and a 3rd in the cemetery, and we have Witcher's secrets. Azar Javed, the Salamander leader, was masquerading as a private investigator. No duh. He defeated me when we finally faced each other, but this isn't over. The Salamanders will regret that they ever provoked the Witchers. I must destroy Salamandra, which clearly feels at home in Vizima. Okay. And... magic anomalies. Triss is examining some magic anomalies. She said something about me helping her, rather. I should ask her what she meant. Triss is suggesting that there is something wrong with my psyche. Maybe I should talk to her about it. Yeah. Okay, these should all be off of pause now as well. And... yeah, I can now enter the tower. I think that's done. We need to see Kalkstein about it. All of this will be picking back up in Chapter 3 now that we're here. And welcome to Chapter 3, everybody. We're finally here. Act 2, Act 3. Got some stuff we gotta take care of there. Not sure who we missed as a... Maybe there's more professionals? I don't know. It'll probably resolve itself once we get to Act 3. Anyway. Quickly check my inventory. Letter of safe conduct issued by the city militia. The bearer of this document has the right to enter the trade quarter in daytime. Issued by the city militia. Bearer of this letter has the right to be on the streets of the trade quarter during daytime, despite the ban on movement introduced during the state of emergency. There's a journal entry there as well. Check that out. Trade quarter. Thanks to my letter of safe conduct, I can walk the streets during the day in spite of the state of emergency. And an update on Triss's home. Triss lives in a corner building on a small square where a statue plinth stands, bereft of its monument. The statue itself, which bore the likeness of an elven philosopher, was recently melted down to make a new bell for the cloister of the Order of the Flaming Rose. The sorceress has decorated her home very luxuriously, if not extravagantly. There are many expensive devices here, as well as magical components and equipment. I'll have to loot it next episode. And, got a romance card for Triss as well. And Triss found me in the swamp where I lay unconscious after my clash with Azar Javed. You see, again, she transported me to her house in the trade quarter and took care of me until I came around. Lying there awake, I overheard Triss gossip with her friend on a magic communicator. And I now know that other sorceresses are also interested in Salamandra. We have Azar Javed as well. The illusion is gone. Turned out that Azar Javed, the Salamandra leader, had been deceiving me and pretending to be Detective Raymond. Luckily, I managed to see through the ruse and outsmart him. Nothing else. Nothing else there. Quests we already went through. Locations. Went through all that. Monsters. Did all that. Formula, yes. Ingredients. We're good. Glossary. Anything new? The Lodge of Sorceresses. The Lodge of Sorceresses was founded after the mutiny on Thanid Island. That happened in, I think, Time of Contempt. The book. As a substitute for the Council of Sorcerers. The founders' aim was to bring the war between Nilfgaard and the Northern Kingdoms to a close, while maintaining the mage's influence on the fate of the world. The organization remains active to this day. It is effectively an association of the most powerful female mages from both the Northern and the Southern realms. The Lodge has significant political influence, although its activities are not entirely understood by the public. That's it. We also had the Axii sign, which I won't bother reading. Okay. Well, guys, I thank you guys so much for watching this episode of The Witcher, this series of episodes of The Witcher here on Ragplays. I will be back next weekend with more. Begin Chapter 3. I will see you soon.